No, I don't waste no time.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a new video. So for those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Joshua Daniel George. I run a social media marketing agency, and I also have my own education business where I teach you guys on how to actually get your first client, start your own agency, and basically, scale it so that you can live life on your own terms. And a few weeks back, I've actually already posted 2 videos about the coronavirus. Shouldn't probably be posting more content about this. I feel like everyone is now talking about it, and it's getting to the point where it's almost boring. Like when I now look at my basically my subscriber feed, I don't really subscribe to a lot of channels anyway, but the channels that I do subscribe to are obviously all like entrepreneur based, business based, etc. And everyone is now talking about the coronavirus. And it's getting to the point now where when it just started, I was clicking on all of them. I wanted to know everything that everyone was saying on it. And I was like, oh, another video about the coronavirus, when is it going to stop? And I feel like we're just all like basically, everyone's talking about it. And because everyone's talking about it, you start to stress out about it as well and think about the consequences of it. And obviously the news is not, and don't get me wrong, it's a very serious matter. And I do think that we need to flatten the curve, and especially that like the physical, what do you call, like social distancing and stuff like that. I think that is essential for this to basically, slow down so that, obviously, the doctors, the NHS, etc., can basically handle the workload. But with that said, like I said, all the news surrounding it is very, very negative, and there's also businesses that are trying to take advantage of it, and then there's people saying that they shouldn't because it's unethical, etc. And with everything that's going on, I do think that we just need to look at the practicalities of it. And I do not think it is selfish to think about what the impact will be on you and your business. So definitely do not feel bad if you are basically now pivoting or basically changing your business model because of this coronavirus, because as a business owner, it is in your right to basically maximize the result that you get for your business. With that said, quick side note, if you are now planning on basically selling masks or like the dental basically the hand cream and stuff, don't, because Facebook will ban your account. That they are literally doubling down on stuff like this, and they do not want you to be promoting stuff like that or using discount code COVID-19 for 90% off, so stuff like that. Facebook will ban your account and you will do more harm than good. And so just don't do that, okay? But like I said, it is in your right to maximize the results that you're getting during this time. And a lot of business owners or social media agency owners, I should say, are now obviously pivoting towards more online type businesses. They're leaving like the brick and mortar businesses, etc. And we too, as a agency, we've had a couple of clients pause the contract. We've even had one client leave us because of all this. The client that left was basically a restaurant, tapas restaurant, and they were quite early to like the whole pivoting their business model. And before it actually got that bad, the UK based, before it actually got really bad, they already said, listen, we want to start promoting our meals on Uber Eats because we think, or we are afraid that soon we need to shut down because of all of this. So they were quite early to make that decision, which we thought was great. We thought, okay, let's just allocate the budget towards basically getting more people to order off of Uber Eats. But even that, they just said, listen, we don't really know what's going to happen. We are unsure about things. It's going to be hard. We need to shut up shop. So we are going to now pause or basically stop the ads, and unfortunately also stop working with us as an agency. So again, no hard feelings, because they are it's in their right to basically stop that, and we would never hold that against them. We wouldn't tell them to hold to the contract or anything like that. So obviously, we said, okay, fine, we'll tear up the contract. And if in the future, everything's up and running again and this all blows over, then, we're more than happy to basically, pick up where we left off, or just start with a new agreement or arrangement. So obviously, you now need to start pivoting towards businesses that are still up and running, and you just need to think to yourself, okay, what kind of business is now thriving? What kind of business is now still alive but may need some help? What kind of business can you actually provide value to? Because at the end of the day, yes, you are earning money from this, and you might think that is unethical, or there's some kind of guru online that's saying it's unethical, but you are doing them a service. You are helping that business grow through these times, through these times of uncertainty. And in my opinion, it is in your right, it is your duty to actually help these businesses. And yes, you get paid for it, but so what? That's what entrepreneurship is about. If you can get paid to get the client a result that he's happy with, then it is in your right to do that, and you'll be doing them a disservice if you would not offer your services to that business. So you just need to think to yourself, okay, what kind of business can I now help during these times, and what kind of business is still open during these times? Because if that business isn't open, then obviously you can't help them. It's too late for them. So think to yourself, okay, what kind of business is now still thriving, or is now still up and running? So local events, event managers, local restaurants, possibly gyms, etc. They might now be out of the picture, because like I said, they are all shut in most of the countries. Again, if you now look at, so at the time of recording this, it is the 28th of March, and already signs are now popping up that Asia is almost back to normal again. Again, depending on what kind of news source you use. Some newspapers say that it's worse than ever, and then when you go directly to the source, you can see that Wuhan is almost back to normal again. Large parts of Singapore are back to normal again, as if it's as if it never happened. So obviously with those countries, you can still target the local businesses. But for us in the sort of West, the US, Europe, etc., that is, as of now, not the case. So you need to think, okay, well, I can't reach out to local events, I can't reach out to local businesses, what can I reach out to? Or who can I reach out to? Well, for example, e-commerce. E-commerce, online web shops, they are still up and running, because they do not require local people to physically go into a store, because everything is online. So we can reach out to those type of businesses. What else? Subscription services, SaaS companies, what else? Content-based companies, so maybe online courses, info products, online personal trainers, or businesses that have pivoted to the online world. For example, my local gym now, although they are shut, they are actually basically having, because my gym is like a sports center where it's not only a gym, they've also got yoga, they've got all these like classes, Pilates and stuff like that, and they are now doing those classes online, so you can actually watch them on YouTube and basically do it from the comfort of your own home. So they've pivoted, so I could actually still reach out to them and say, listen, I can actually help you with all of this because I'm an online marketer. But again, if that is not the case, then you will need to look at other businesses, like I said, SaaS, apps, even content-based companies, info product-based companies, and e-commerce. So if they are selling online and they don't have a physical store, or if nothing has shut down for them, obviously you need to take into consideration that the dropship stores or these web shops, they might have import issues, or they might dropship their products from China from a part that is still under quarantine or still is under lockdown or anything like that. So that is something that you do need to take into consideration. But other than that, that is basically a niche or an industry that you can reach out to without basically having any effect of the coronavirus. Now, with that said, obviously everyone in, like I said, the countries like Europe and in the US are under lockdown, quarantine, there's where they are basically forced to stay at home for a period of time, and these people are now bored. So we've got the local businesses that have shut down, and we've got people that are online or at home bored. And what you do when you're bored, you go online, you scroll on social media, you go on Facebook, you go on Instagram, etc. So what impact does that have on, for example, Facebook ads, which is what we offer? Well, first of all, because these local businesses, etc., have basically shut up shop, they will not be advertising on Facebook, which means that there's less people competing for the same amount of media space, which also means that the cost per click and the cost per 1,000 impressions will go down. So where you used to have to pay, let's say, €10 or £10 to reach 1,000 people, you now may only need £6 or €6 to reach those people, because there's less people competing for the same amount of space. With that said, because more people are now online, there will be more impressions available, and there's basically more people that you can reach. So more people you can reach, less people competing, which means that though, for the businesses that are still up and running and are still advertising on Facebook, they will actually thrive. So you need to find those businesses and either augment their services by helping them out, or show businesses that don't really understand what they need to do, how to do it. And both of those businesses, you can make a lot of money and you can ask for a nice retainer in return. Okay, so that is basically the way you need to look at it. And with that said, obviously there is a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. You know, I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know how long it's going to take. For all we know, it will be over in 2 weeks from now, or you know, this might be how we are living life, you know, for the rest of the year. We do not know. And you know, obviously there's so much data, and I don't know how many of those extrapolation charts I've seen over the last few days or last week, but you know, we can look at the data as much as we can, and I do highly recommend you do that. You know, obviously I'm just giving my 2 cents here. You need to look at the data for yourself and decide for yourself what is best for you at that moment in time. But with that said, it is only data, and we are extrapolating data. We don't actually know what is going to happen. So you know, there is a lot of uncertainty, and that will mean that in the short term, definitely a lot of businesses might be guarding their money and might not be willing to invest in something like Facebook ads if they don't truly trust the process. E-commerce clients, for example, e-commerce businesses, they know that they need paid traffic, paid advertising to thrive and to get sales. Okay, they will not survive without paid traffic. So they know how necessary it is to run ads and to run paid traffic. So it's easier for them to make that investment and commitment, because they know that is what they need to do to get to that next level and that next step. Whereas local businesses or businesses that are trying to pivot and they don't really have experience with paid traffic and Facebook ads, etc., they might be more reluctant to do so. And like I said, you know, they will be trying to guard their money as much as possible because they don't know what the future holds for them. Okay, so you know, obviously there's a lot of negatives going on in the world right now, but there's also a lot of positives. Like I said, you know, businesses are thriving, but there's also businesses that aren't surviving, and they are, you know, basically rolling over to die. And you know, it's like I said, it's just unprecedented times. We don't really know what's going to happen. This is just my 2 cents. Take it all with a pinch of salt and just analyze the data for yourself so that you can decide for yourself, you know, what you should do in this situation. From my experience and what we are doing as an agency as well, is we are now focusing solely on e-commerce. We've focused on that in the past. We've gotten good results for that in the past. We've had our little stints where we've basically done lead generation for local businesses. We've gotten insane results. By the way, we are still getting great results for our local dentists, which is strange because I thought dentists were short, but we reached out to both our dentist clients and we said, what's going on? Okay, so my camera was actually full there, but here we are again. So like I said, you know, we've asked both of our dentist clients, you know, what is going on? Are you guys still open? Are you guys still, you know, open for business, etc.? And they both assured me that they are still open and they are still taking in clients, etc. Obviously, you know, they are taking their own cautionary measures and, you know, making sure that everything is clean and sterilized, etc. But they are still open, and because less people are competing with them for the same media space, you know, we've noticed that the CPM has gone down and the CPL cost per lead has gone down as well, which means that they are still, you know, actually thriving, even though, you know, like I said, there's times of uncertainty. But like I said, guys, this is just all my opinion. Analyze the data for yourself and decide for yourself what the best thing is to do. For those of you that are looking into social media marketing and basically, you know, want to look into what is possible with the online world, how it is to work from home full time, etc., check out my free Facebook group. It's called the Lifestyle Design Community. It'll be linked in the description box down below. Check it out. There's a free social media marketing course in there as well, along with a free playbook and also the chance to book a free discovery call with me so that basically I can help you get up and running and get started with your own social media journey. But for now, I'm going to wrap up this video. Like this video, got something out of it. By the way, guys, for those of you that aren't yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you do click on that subscribe button because it really does help this channel grow. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.